WJTS News, I'm Charlotte Olson. K-9 Officer Adam Bauer of the Jasper Police Department was promoted to the position of sergeant on Tuesday morning by the Jasper Board of Public Works and Safety during their regular meeting at the Jasper City Hall. Jasper Mayor Seitz indicated the progress for the appointment was very rigorous, and he says that the board interviewed 8 current officers for sergeant, and each of them displayed qualities of leadership. Seitz says that it says a lot about the future of the Jasper Police Department as well as the community that we have such high level of patrol officers. Bauer has served as the department's K-9 officer since 2013 and as a patrolman since 2003. In addition to his duties with the department, he is a member of the FOP, a youth football and wrestling coach, and a Level 1 trainer for CrossFit discipline. He also is a coordinator for the annual Cops and Kids Christmas program, and Sergeant Bauer and his wife Lisa have 2 children. Last night, Huntingburg Water Superintendent Gary Meyerholtz updated the Huntingburg City Council about a communications failure that took place at the city's water plant this past Saturday. The communications system reported that the amount of the water that the city has in its tanks and the flows from Patoka. After the water department investigated the issue, it was determined that the problem was with the controller that had failed. One problem in the fact that no one makes or sells the controllers that the water department needs anymore. However, after further phone calls, they managed to find 2 nearby, including one in Jasper, that could be modified to work. Meyerholtz says that altogether the process took 10 hours, which was 10 hours that the water plant had no control over their tanks. In that time, Meyerholtz used a plan that was developed 6 years ago in the event of a controller failed to keep the system functional. Now, even with the replacement, there are still some issues with measuring flows with the Patoka connection, which is currently being monitored manually. The city did not lose water pressure during this time. Going forward, Meyerholtz told the council that due to the tech being obsolete and the fact that the city will have to look at replacing the filtering system in a few years, he's developing a 5-year plan. This plan will lay the path forward for the city to take into updating the water plant. Officials of the city of Jasper are planning a number of public outreach meetings regarding annexation of certain adjacent and continuous territory into the city's corporate limits. In a total of their 3 meetings, this will take place, and the first will be held next Tuesday, November the 21st at 11:30 a.m. in the Pfaffenweiler Room located in the basement of Jasper City Hall. A second gathering will take place on Monday, November the 27th at 7 p.m. at the Jasper Community Arts Center, and the third and final meeting will be held at 11:30 a.m. on Thursday, December the 7th, again in the Pfaffenweiler Room at City Hall. These meetings are part of public outreach programs conducted by the City of Jasper for the purpose of providing information to landowners and the public regarding a proposed annexation. At the meeting, the city will address information and also questions regarding a petition for annexation of certain adjacent and continuous property into the corporate limits of the City of Jasper. The territory to be focused on is a portion of Rolling Hills subdivision, Hoaxing 2nd Edition, and adjacent parcels currently not annexed, bounded by any unnamed ditch on the east and the current city limits on the west. And also a part of this is containing about 38.25 acres. Information that will be made available at the public meeting includes maps showing the proposed boundaries of the territory, proposed plans for extension of capital and non-capital services in the territory, including proposed dates of extension and the expected fiscal impact on taxpayers in the annexation territory, including an increase in taxes and fees. For more information on these matters, you may contact Jasper City Attorney Renee Kaprick at 812-482-4255. An Orange County man was placed under arrest on a number of charges, including drug possession, after he led authorities in a vehicle and foot pursuit late Tuesday morning in Shoals. Just after 10:30 yesterday, the Martin County Sheriff's Office received a call from a concerned citizen regarding the office's Facebook post about a theft in their area. The post contained a description of the suspect and the vehicle which was involved. The citizen reported that there was a truck matching that description on Hickory Ridge Road, and a short time later, deputies along with the County Sheriff's Department arrived in the area, with one deputy noticing the truck on Hickory Ridge Road approaching McBride's Bluff Road. Deputies proceeded in the direction of the truck, which they say pulled into a driveway and began to drive into the opposite direction. Authorities attempted to initiate a traffic stop, but they say that the truck, which was driven by 24-year-old Devin Nelson of Paoli, refused to stop. Nelson's truck proceeded to County Farm Road, where the sheriff was blocking the intersection. Nelson was able to get around the police car and continued southwest on Hickory Ridge Road, then turned south on State Road 450 towards Shoals. Deputies attempted to stop Nelson before he reached U.S. Highway 50, but were unable to do so. At the intersection of State Road 450 and US 50, Nelson turned east onto US Shoals and entered Shoals. While in the Shoals town limits, Nelson attempted to pass an eastbound semi in a no-passing zone, and police say that he observed a westbound semi and darted his vehicle in between them. Deputies say that Nelson's truck struck the left front of the eastbound semi and continued into the RJ's parking lot. The crash caused the right rear tire of Nelson's truck to flatten, and it drove through the pump area and turned southeast onto Highway 150. Now, as Nelson passed east on Boyd Hollow Road on 150, deputies were able to box the truck in and slow it down. The truck swerved to the left in an attempt to get around police, and he lost control of the truck and spun out. He fled on foot through a creek and into around a residence, and authorities eventually caught up with Nelson and took him into custody. In the end, Nelson is facing charges of resisting law enforcement with a vehicle and possession of methamphetamine, both level 6 felonies. He's also facing misdemeanor counts of resisting law enforcement and leaving the scene of an accident. And make sure you keep it right here, because up next we're going to take a look at your weather summary.